Hello, you're watching HW News. This is Anusha. Let's have a quick look at the headlines today. The Supreme Court today granted bail to ex-Finance Minister P Chidambaram in the case registered by Enforcement Directorate in INX Media case. He was granted bail after spending 106 days in jail. It was on November 28 the top court had reserved the order on the petition filed by the former Finance Minister. The top court granted bail on the bond of rupees 2 lakh with two sureties each and asked Chidambaram not to leave the country without permission. The former Union Minister also cannot make public statements or press interviews with regard to this case. Even his son Karti Chidambaram took to Twitter reacting on this matter.
I don't want to go into great details except to say that a very balanced, comprehensive judgment taking into account almost every significant facet has been delivered. In particular, the triple test has been very strongly underlined, which has been found in favor of the accused both by the High Court and by the Supreme Court, namely that he cannot be an absconder, he is not interfering with witnesses, there is no problem with documentary or physical witness action, that he is cooperating, etc. No doubt gravity again has been underlined, but they have added that 7 years maximum sentence is a facet to be also taken into account in looking at gravity. So keeping all these in a very balanced matrix, in the melting pot of every factor, the court has taken a very nuanced and a balanced view and granted bail. I think it's a great blow in favor of human rights. It's a great blow in favor of balanced jurisprudence, and we therefore welcome this judgment. The Supreme Court has rightly commented upon 4 or 5 paragraphs of the High Court judgment, which, even though they intend not to be findings, are worded or phrased as if they are findings. And they have disapproved of it rightly, because in bail jurisprudence, as you know, none of us can give findings because the accused still has to stand trial. So I think it's excellent light at the end of a somewhat long tunnel, and we therefore heartily welcome it.
Sir, have you been barred from giving
This case.
Could we please get a clear statement?
You have to read the judgment. I am not the judgment writer. We have not read the judgment. Very clear
Is there any bar
that
on giving-
neither has Mr. Chidambaram earlier given any statements, nor does he intend to. And what he should not be doing is to giving statements on this case. On this case.
Is there any bar on giving media interviews?
I just replied it just a second ago, and you're repeating the same question.
Sir, are you
One
hopeful
second.
that he will be out by late this evening?
There is no reason why I should not be out even earlier, because we have to produce the judgment and fill the surety. Okay,
Is there any
thank you.
bar on giving media interviews?
I have just replied, sir, that there is only a restriction which has never been any way violated, that he should not speak on this case. I have just told you that.
Ahead of the proceedings in Parliament, the Union Cabinet today cleared the Citizenship Amendment Bill. The bill was tabled in the Lok Sabha next week, will be tabled in the Lok Sabha next week, and the bill that could not be cleared in the previous Lok Sabha session had been redrafted to address concerns expressed by the states in the Northeast. Now, the Bharatiya Janata Party, has also issued a whip to its MPs to ensure their presence in Parliament when the bill is taken up. Now, moving on, the Indian Railways recorded its worst operating ratio in the last 10 years, that is from 2017 to 18, at 98.44%. The CAG report, the CAG report said that was tabled in the Parliament yesterday. Now, the National Auditor in its report on the Railways finance also said that the Railways would have ended up with a negative balance of rupees 5,676.29 crore. The report also said that almost 95% of the profit from traffic was utilized to compensate for the loss of the operation of passengers and other coaching services. This is surely a huge setback for the Indian Railways. Now, moving on, the social media head of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Amit Malviya, has hit out at the Uddhav Thackeray-led Maharashtra government over its plan to drop cases related to Koregaon Bhima violence in Pune. Now, in response to a news report which claimed that Uddhav Thackeray has assured NCP of withdrawing cases against the Dalit activists in connection with the violence, Amit Malviya took to Twitter saying that, "Is this Shiv Sena of the legendary Balasaheb Thackeray?" He questioned. "Weak and compromised." he said. Targeting the Shiv Sena, Amit Malviya asked if Balasaheb Thackeray would have ever negotiated on issues of national security, he said. Now, Senator of US Kamala Harris of California said that she was ending her campaign for president due to a lack of funds, she said, and I'm unable to do that, she said. Kamala Harris wrote in a Medium post on Wednesday where she further said that I can't fund my own campaign, and as the campaign has gone on, it's become harder and harder to raise the money and we need to compete, she said.
11 months ago, at the launch of our campaign in Oakland, I told you all that I am not perfect, but I will always speak with decency and moral clarity and treat all people with dignity and respect, that I will lead with integrity and I will speak the truth. And so that's what I've tried to do every day of this campaign, and here's the truth today. I've taken stock and I've looked at this from every angle. And over the last few days, I have come to one of the hardest decisions of my life. So here's the deal, guys. My campaign for president simply does not have the financial resources to continue and the financial resources we need to continue. I'm not a billionaire. I can't fund my own campaign. And as the campaign has gone on, it has become harder and harder to raise the money we need to compete. In good faith, I cannot tell you, my supporters and volunteers, that I have a path forward if I don't believe I do. So, to you, my supporters, my dear supporters, it is with deep regret, but also with deep gratitude, that I am suspending our campaign today. But I want to be clear with you. I am still very much in this fight, and I will keep fighting every day for what this campaign has been about. Justice for the people, all the people. Our campaign has been about fighting for people whose voices have not been heard or are too often ignored, and we will keep up that fight. Let's remember, we were the first to put the injustice of inadequate teacher pay on the national agenda, and we will certainly keep up that fight. We were the first to demand justice for our children, declaring we would take bold executive actions to stop gun violence. We will keep up that fight. We were the first to demand justice for women with a plan to block unconstitutional state abortion laws. We will keep up that fight. And our campaign uniquely spoke to the experiences of Black women and people of color, and their importance to the success and the future of this party. Our campaign demanded no one should be taken for granted by any political party. We will keep up that fight because no one should be made to fight alone. And I believe our campaign showed every child in America, regardless of their color or gender, that there are no limits to who can lead and hold positions of power in our country. In that way, this campaign has been so much bigger than me. So I'm extremely grateful to the hundreds of staff who have moved and uprooted your lives and sacrificed time away from your families. I know our fight has been personal for each one of you, and I could not have done this without my husband, Doug, and my entire family and friends who gave up so much to embark on this journey with me and have supported me every step of the way. And I am grateful to the thousands of volunteers and contributors who have chipped in, who have knocked on doors, who have made calls, and who have put their faith and trust in me. It has been the honor of my life to be your candidate. And I want to be clear, although I am no longer running for president, I will do everything in my power to defeat Donald Trump and fight for the future of our country and the best of who we are. And I know you will too. So let's do that together. Let's keep fighting for the America we believe in, an America free of injustice, an America that we know can be unburdened by what has been. Thank you, guys.
Now, early on Tuesday, President Trump met Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau for a press conference on the sideline of the NATO summit north of London. But later in the day, Trudeau let off some steam with other leaders at the summit. In a video that got viral in social media, recorded at a reception at Buckingham Palace, and it was published yesterday, where Trudeau, French President Emmanuel Macron and UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson appear to make fun of President Trump and his tendency to ramble. And for more news updates, log on to www.hwnews.in.